Hey, this is Bethany, and I have been screwing with my lighting for like literally the last half an hour, and I still don't even know if this is good lighting, but yay, I got a new lighting setup. So this will be my first video using artificial lighting because I don't have any daylight to film. But yeah, this is good news because this means this gives me more accessibility to film for you all, which I haven't had at all since I get off at nighttime. So anyways, today I'm going to be showing you guys my 2014 beauty favorites of the year, and it's all going to be only beauty products this time. I'm not going to mention like a Zelda game or Super Mario game or anything a Nintendo would do. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and start with 3 products that I know are repeats from last year's beauty favorites and just mention them briefly and get them out of the way because nothing's changed about these. I still love them. They're still my favorite of this type of product, and I want to make sure that the people who are new that maybe didn't see last year's video know about them. So here it goes. So my first 3 repeat beauty favorites to get out of the way is my Lush Ocean Salt Scrub. I use the original formula. It's for your face and body. I only mainly just use it on my face and my décolleté area. Décolleté. But one jar lasts a pretty long time, like a couple months. Unfortunately, it is expensive, around $40 for this size. I love it. It really exfoliates my face. It just feels really refreshing to slough off all that dead skin. I know that sounds gross, but I just always recommend it, and I think it's just one more thing that helps keep my skin clear and my pores petite. The next thing I'm going to mention briefly because I loved it last year, love it this year, and it's still the same one I'm using, is the Macadamia Healing Oil Treatment. One of these small bottles lasts me about 6 months, and I usually just run it through the ends of my hair so it doesn't make all of my hair greasy. Whenever I use this, my hair immediately looks a lot shinier and my ends last a lot longer before breaking and they feel a lot healthier. So love this. Now I've been loving it for 2 years. And then another thing I want to mention is this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Still been using this all year. It's one of the easiest face brushes I have that has this particular dome shape for applying foundation, liquid foundation that is really easy to clean. Most of them that are this dense, you just have to like wrestle with it to get all the bubbles out after you've washed it. And this one, it just saves me a lot of time, so I always go to this one. So those are my 3 favorites that were the same as last year. Let's continue on to some new products. Now, this product is a little similar to the Tangle Teaser I mentioned last year. However, this one is a little bit different and I think better than the Tangle Teaser. This is by QT Performance. I think, yeah, I got this from the Flat Iron experts when I did a tutorial on their curling wand. And when I started using this, I noticed that there were different consistencies of the little plastic bristles. So it cut my time into a fraction of brushing it versus the Tangle Teaser, which has really tiny bristles. I mean, this has small ones and bigger ones, and the outer bristles are a bit stronger, so it's just easier to get through all of my hair. And both of them, either way, are gentler on my hair than a regular brush. I just like this one better. It's easier to hold. They both feel like a horsey hair brush, but I really love this one. Another weird benefit is you can see your grime buildup, because all brushes do that, your product buildup, and this one's just easier to clean off than a regular brush. I'm going to show you these 2 more hair products that I like. This one I mentioned before and I liked it, but I didn't know how to feel about like a residue that it kind of leaves behind. You can get red on your scalp, but overall, of all the dry shampoos I've tried in the last year or so, this one is my favorite because it gives you kind of like a brightened red boost to your hair color. You can get one in blonde or brunette, and you gotta learn how to work it. And I've been meaning to do a tutorial to show you guys how to work this without getting like red up on your scalp. So I'm probably gonna do that soon, and I've gone through a couple of these because I like it so much. That's the only downside, is it ends up not lasting that much because, you know, you're actually using the color element of it. But I really love this, and it really does add a nice red boost to my hair. My next hair product is the Macadamia Oil Shampoo by Organix. This is just cheap, drugstore shampoo that does what you need, and it doesn't leave too much of a buildup in my hair like a lot of other ones I've tried, even high-end ones. This is a formula mainly meant for moisturizing and whatnot, but just the main thing I like is it's sulfate free and I don't get a lot of buildup. So this has been my go-to shampoo for most of the year, and it saved me a lot of money as opposed to buying more high-end shampoos, which I still do sometimes. But if you're using a cheaper one more often, then you're saving money. My next few things are skincare. So I've already mentioned my Lush Sea Salt Scrub. The next thing I want to mention from Lush is the Mask of Magnaminty. It's for your face and body. I mainly just only use it on my face. So it looks like this. It smells really minty and fresh. Oh, I dropped the lid. And it's got kind of like big granules in it, and you just scrub it onto your face and then let it dry. Sometimes I leave it on a trouble area or an area I foresee is a trouble area overnight, and I think it helps healing time, or it knocks out something before it even happens. It also just makes my face feel really refreshed. So I recommend using this once or twice a week. I really love it. So another skincare item I'm sure you guys have seen enough about from me. It's in my skincare routine. I've even done 2 videos showing my progress with it and how it basically saved me from bumps everywhere. This is the PMD. It was sent to me like last January to review, and I really stuck to it, stuck to the routine, and I still use this. And I'm still on the medium coarseness disc, so this is something that's probably going to be like a lifelong thing, because when I stop using it I can tell a difference in my skin, and it really brought my skin back from a really bad place, as you guys might want to look at with the before and after pictures. I mean, I guess they weren't that bad compared to what other people have, but I had like acne all over, bumps all over the mouth. It was just, you know, nobody likes having to deal with that stuff, and this gave me a lot of peace of mind throughout the year that I have not had in earlier times. So thank you, PMD. So moving on to products I actually also put on my face, I'm just going to say that this is my second one I've gone through of the MAC Prolongwear Concealer in NW15. It doesn't really look like it in the bottle, but when it goes on my skin and blends out with my foundation, whatever I may be using, it actually comes off pale enough. So it's got a great consistency and it sticks to your face. Like, you don't usually need that much touching up throughout the day if you use this concealer, or if any, because it's just powerful. It like gets on your face and it won't let go. So I really like this. I don't know if I recommended it last year. I don't think I did, because I was just trying it out. And this bottle will last me several months because a little bit goes a long way. It's $19 or $20, and I just think it's a good investment for anyone who wants a high-powered concealer. Don't waste your money on tons of drugstore ones if you don't have to. Just use this one forever, because that's how long it lasts. I'm gonna move on to some utensils and a liner. My favorite brushes that I've been going to, other than the one mentioned from last year, are these type of smudge brushes. I don't think I did makeup under my eye this morning, but I use like a medium tone color and smudge it on the outer corner of my eye, and it's just a really subtle way to apply a liner to the bottom of your eye. This Sigma smudge brush is very similar to the Real Techniques accent brush over here that's purple, so you could go with either and get about the same effect. I just reached for the Sigma one more because it's the one I remembered to wash. And then I have this other brush, which is a tight liner, and I use it to tug on liner a little bit and drag it out, and I really like that one too. It's actually kind of flat, but it doesn't come to a point, and I can also use it under the eye as well. So I'm liking smudge brushes this year for putting a soft level of liner on, even though that's not exactly what I did today. And then my favorite liner is by Rimmel London. It's the Scandalize Water Kohl. I just barely swipe that and it goes on so smooth. It's in the color 003 Brown, and it's what I use on top of my eyelid a lot of the time. It's just affordable, easily accessible, and it stays put, and it's as good a quality as Urban Decay, so why not? And then the last thing for the eyes I've recommended in a couple videos, I believe, is the Maybelline Classic Volume Express Mascara in Waterproof. This is what the brush looks like, just a very classic bristle brush, none of that plastic stuff, and it's great. You can build it up on your eyes and make them look really curled, and then also after you build it up, you can add add like another more boosting mascara to flare it out a lot. So I can get a really false lash look by pairing this with something else that's meant for lengthening. I just love using this as a base mascara. So I thought I would tell you all about it for about the 50th time. And then my last few products that I recommend this year are actually lip colors. One of them I'm wearing right now, and it's the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Canes. It's just, so much as I've been wearing like the nude soft matte lip creams, this is just a step up with a little bit more color and life in my face, and I just like it. I think it balances well with work, and as opposed to this one, which is Urban Decay's New Revolution lipstick in Jilted. It's crazy bold, and I still wear it to work anyways. I get compliments on it all the time because it's so bold. I work around men and they walk by, they're like, nice purple lip. And I'm like, it's fuchsia, learn your colors. No, I'm just kidding. But I work with great people who appreciate individuality. So there's the one I'm wearing right now, and there's for when I want to amp it up. So these have been my two favorite colors this year to wear, and they complete me. Okay, so I guess that has been my finished 2014 beauty favorites. I'm sure there is something I forgot. There's a couple foundations I've liked, but I didn't want to include them in my year favorites because I wasn't like all up in them 100%, and you guys already have a foundation routine for me. So yeah, hopefully you guys liked this new lighting. Hopefully it doesn't make me look like a washed out ghosty ghost just hanging out in my room. That might just happen anyways, because that's what happens when you pale. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you had a great year, and I hope you have an even better 2015. Mine's going okay so far. As you can tell, my cat Bub is crying in the background, so I'm gonna turn this video off and tell him to shut up. Bub, what is it?